Yo, 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 what's going on, good people? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, baby. Representing Team Kings of Games. And today I'm coming at you guys with PRANKIDS, baby. Let's get some respect put on PRANKIDS, you guys. Definitely gotta respect this deck. Ultimately, PRANKIDS fell off of the map way by the wayside. Not because they're a bad deck, contrary to what most people do believe. Now, I do acknowledge and recognize this deck's potential. Now, this deck is capable of so many different things, and the fact that it has a viable splashability with some really good meta engines, so to speak. For example, with Thunder Dragon specifically, and the splashability with invokes and stuff like that. It's just the deck is capable of doing so much. It can dish out a lot of damage. It can set up some really decent boards. It can put out multiple interruptions. It can protect itself really well. Protects its boards very thoroughly. It has probably the strongest, I'd say, recursion and recovery and kind of recuperation in the game right now. There's not this deck's recovery probably topples that of any deck currently in the format. Like, it beat it best Sound Migrate's recovery, and their recovery is stupid good. But yeah, I think PRANKIDS in general is just a really solid, well-rounded deck. They're not not necessarily a jack of all trades deck, but they are capable of so many different things that it's enough to say that they are definitely well-rounded. But let's hop into the list, you guys, without further ado. Again, the only thing that really keeps this deck from being a meta contender is just representation and people piloting it. That's it, because, yeah, just because people don't play it doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, heck, like, not everybody plays Herald, but Herald's a good deck. Not everybody plays Pendulums, but Pendulums are insane. And while a lot of people may not respect, like, Cyber Dragons, for example, Cyber Dragons are good, and you might not see them topping a lot, but like that's the point I'm getting at. So yeah, respect PRANKIDS, you guys. They're a strong deck. So we're gonna start off with 3 copies of Roxy's. The dude literally has an afro and a big butt, and you know what? They're racist. That's all I have to say. But they're my babies. You know what? They're my kids. I can't be mad, even though they do piss me off. We have 3 copies of Lampsies. And these guys all symbolize their own kind of emotion. They're all the embodiment. So just remain fixated on this, because I'm going to tell you guys something really cool that I think may have been intentional, but I don't know if Konami really did. So for me, they all symbolize and kind of like the visual representation of some sort of emotion, some sort of emotional appeal, so to speak. So he symbolizes like freedom, literally. Young and wild and free, he's dabbling. Like, bro, for one, I love the Teletubby pajamas. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Teletubbies when you were little, but bro, we know that these are the Teletubby pajamas. So, okay, A1 since day one, just because of that. But yeah, your boy right here doesn't have Lexi's of Vortex. He's dabbing on you. They're free, bro. They're chilling. They're not worried about you. And then we got Dropsies. Yesterday, we actually figured out a while ago, and we had to take Dropsies to go see his counselor. This one, because he's gay, and it's just been really hard trying to deal with it. Because like Lampsies bully Sims too, and like Roxy's, like he doesn't, like he tried to kill this Roxy's, like he literally tried to smash his head in the refrigerator, because like that Roxy's, that was the one that told me that he was gay, and like he didn't want me to know, and he like made a big deal of it, and then tried to drown Weather Watcher and forgot that she literally is made out of water. But yeah, you guys. That is it for the PRANKID portion of the deck. We got the 12 PRANKIDs. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. And Dropsies symbolizes depression. Lampsies symbolizes aggression. That's why he's my favorite. My son, he's also 30 seconds older than the rest of them. They killed their mom when they were born. But yeah, they're all scared of him, and he's literally going Super Saiyan. I feel like Roxy's, when they made him, they said this is gonna be the black one. Yep, I think that's what they said when they made him. They said this is going to be the black one. And then we have 3 copies of Planet Pathfinder, the best card in the deck. Best normal summon in the game. I'm just playing. But yeah, this has been my spicy tech for about 7 months, actually. 7 months, bro? Yeah, baby, 7 months. Yeah, that's a long time, you guys. I've been rocking that Pathfinder 7 months strong, baby. But yeah, Pathfinder is like literally, it's always going to be your missing combo piece. It is essentially a PRANKID or a polymerization. So it's whatever you need it to be. If you got a hand with 1 poly and 1 prank, or you got a hand with 2 pranks and no poly, or you've got a hand with like 3 polys, 4 polys, and like 1 prank in this, or like 3 polys, 1 prank in this, like it's still gonna be playable. Like, and that's the cool thing, is it's that flexible that it can be either or and not just one thing. Unfortunately, Mr. Alistair is not that flexible, but we are still playing Alistair in the deck as a normal summon that searches out a fusion spell that also allows me to play through hand traps, around hand traps, gives me a good solid bait for hand traps, because when you activate Meltdown, normal summon this guy, people are going to hand trap him every single time. Heck, playtesting, this guy got gambled. I was like, bro, thank you. Thank you so much, Alistair. I didn't even need that. But yeah, I mean, he's here to search Invocation. Also allows you, like I said, to play around and through hand traps. You can actually play through them now. But also allows you to put out an additional interruption on your field, being the Invoked Raijin. So yeah, 4 normal summons in the deck. Sometimes you have to do Instant Fusion plus a prank, and I don't really like that one. I don't like that combo. I think that one's weird and it's fragile, but it's still a combo. For spells, we're going to start off with 3 place. So, place is my Call by the Grave, by the way, just so you know, ladies and gentlemen. Activating place doesn't even matter. Like, and the card always gets ashed. I don't know why, but Alistair gets like gammaed and ashed, and place barely ever resolves on activation. Like it barely ever resolves with an actual effect. Yeah, this card just says basically like once per turn get ashed. But place is insane, you guys. So besides it getting ashed all the time on activation, it actually is really good hand trap bait. But on field, it allows you to chain block so effectively to the point where I literally cut Call by the Graves after playing them for 5.5 months in my deck. That's how serious I was about this card. Like, that I am about this card to this day. That it got to a point where I was just like, bro, once you resolve the combo one time, the first time you've resolved it, like, you're golden. You don't ever have to worry about hand traps again. Once you've activated your first place, like, even if they ash it, the second you play a fusion spell or link summon or do any of the above, bro, like, your opponent has to, like, literally Valor your do-do-do-do, but they'll never, and this is the most important thing, they'll never be able to touch your Prankids engraved. Their effects can always resolve, which means that you can continue swarming the field, and that's what's the most important thing. Your opponent can hand trap you all day, but as long as you got Prankids on the field, it doesn't matter. And so that's what's important. So 3 plays, it's nuts. It can boost your guys, give them permanent attack increases, statistic enhancements, statistic degradations. It's just a really, really good. It's the attack modifier. I appreciate that. Field spell's nuts. Long story short. We have 2 copies of Meltdown, the hot sauce. This is literally here to search out Alistair. I feel that we got to put a little bit more respect and emphasis on the imperative focal point of the deck being the field spells. Or just the spell lineup in general, just kind of being the field spells. Because if you guys see, I'm rocking a little bit more heavier of a lineup on the field spells, where in the past I've only played these 4 field spells. And that's how it always used to be, but with Terraforming going to 1, it kind of just like had me exploiting different avenues of the deck. And I'm trying to figure out, again, how to make the deck to get it to the point where like every hand is gas. Every hand's gas, every hand's live, every hand's lit. I'm always going full combo, never bricking. And it's kind of like that's the point that it's at right now. I have had that issue in the past where I just keep drawing too many pranks and no way to get them out of my hand or start it up. Now I'm at the point where I have enough ways to get access to a fusion spell or get access to a combo starter, plus a Prankid monster. So trying to keep the equilibrium, but I think that this lets you just play through hand traps. First of all, you're always gonna get this. This is always gonna get hand trapped, and I like that because you only need 2 cards or 3 cards for your combos. Your combos are 2 and 3 card combos. That's it. Never 4, never 5. So you only ever need 2 or 3 in your hand to get it started. So yeah, this card is pretty good. And just keeping it on field, protecting it, keeping it alive. It actually literally rewards you. It gives you cards. This card just consistently, I'm sorry, I got the hiccups. It just consistently pays you back. It's like, thank you for activating me. And every single end phase, it thanks you for activating it. Like, it's so good, you guys. And it's during every end phase. So during your end phase, I get a card back. During my end phase, I just outgrinded you, son. Why? Because I activated the fusion recycling plant and left it there and never got rid of it. So yeah, sometimes it's hard to choose which field spell to keep up. Meltdown, you just leave it up. You do your fusion plays, and then after that you go in for your pushes. But sometimes you want to leave Meltdown, just kind of protect. And that's the other thing that I like, that the benefit that these field spells offer by leaving them up, that makes them even more valuable, is that leaving this up offers chain blocking protection and statistic enhancements and degradations. Leaving this up offers recovery, recursion, ample resources, extra value, just combo pieces added back. And then leaving this up offers protection, which is really cool. So sometimes it's hard to pick which one, but again, that's just another really cool strength of the deck. One terraforming, one set rotation. That's unfortunate. But you know what? It is what it is. Banlist happens. It happens. So next up, we're gonna continue. So the rest of this deck is just gonna be all the combo pieces. These kind of just help you to get access to them, but these are the actual combo pieces. So 3 instant fusion, best starter, best extender, best finisher, best follow up. It is literally like the most flexible freaking spell in this deck. Like it's insane, you guys. It really is. Like top decking this with no cards in hand can win you games. We have 3 copies of Pranks. Now Pranks I enjoyed a lot. I like the draw power. I like how it starts your combo. And there are so many games where I was just like, bro, if only I didn't have that Pranks, I probably would have lost. Like literally, Pranks is just that good. We also have 3 copies of Pandemonium, probably the best PRANKIDS spell. Concerning the PRANKIDS spell, this is probably the best one. Like Pandemonium is just straight gas, bro. This card is heat. It's so good. We have 3 copies of Poly. Poly is better than Pandemonium because it has no restriction, but Poly's not a quick play, and that's the unfortunate thing about Poly. And we also play double Invocation. So you've got Instant Fusion, Pranks, Pandemonium, Poly, and Invocation. If you do not have access to any of these cards, you cannot play. So basically, you'll have a hand with PRANKIDS and no way to get an outlet. So also to circumvent, we're playing a 1-for-1 and a Reasoning to give you additional outlets to get access to your combo pieces. So again, that's why I'm playing, as you can clearly see, the Alistair for the Invocations, the Pathfinders, to give me access to the cards that make my hands live and make them playable. Because even though it's only 12 PRANKIDS, they fill your hand up really quick. Like I don't know why, you just see so many of them. So you just need all these cards as outlets. Like all these are the combo. Like this is the combo, this is the combo. Like if you see any of these, it is the combo. Like you're always gonna have PRANKIDS in hand. I've never had a problem with seeing like not enough PRANKIDS. You're always gonna have PRANKIDS in hand. That's without a doubt. It's just seeing the other cards that make the hands playable. And then the only traps in the deck are plans. Plans are pretty good though, you guys. You definitely want to play two minimum. In fact, 2 minimum, 2 maximum. I feel like that's just no more, no less. You have to play 2. Like just 1 is not enough because you'll use 1 for dumping off fansies, and then you'll realize like, wow, I really needed 1 on field to activate because I'm playing Sky Sharkers right now, and I could really use a Heavy Storm. So for the extra deck, it's 3 copies of Do. Best Link 2 in this deck. Literally does everything for you. It's gonna search and give you a follow up. Bow Wow Bark follow up. This deck is huge. This deck gives you so many follow ups. It's just bonkers, you guys. Rip Roaring Rooster. That's our Heavy Storm. This guy is a good card. I've heard. I've been told very good stories about him. We have 2 copies of Rocket Ride and 2 copies of Weather Washer. I think that 2 and 2 is the absolutely like the most perfect ratio. I don't think you need 3. I don't think you need 1. I think 2 and 2 is just perfect. 1 of each of them is incorrect because you will the second one of each comes up every single duel, and you will need to burn 1 for an instant fusion no matter what. Then we have a Battle Butler. Battle Butler is insane for the combo decks. This is insane for the everything else decks. And then, of course, Raijin. Really good against combo decks, too. And whenever I'm struggling going second, you have this and this as instant fusion targets. But this is also just for Invocation. But this is another good instant fusion target for when you're going second. And then we have Abyss Dweller and 1 totally awesome. This used to be the giant hand for Dinko Seka, and this used to be, I think it was Time Thief Redoer or Borreload or something like that. But that is the deck profile, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me check something out here. Okay, we got time. I might as well just do a quick little test hand, show you guys how the deck operates, show you guys how it combos off, and yeah, I mean, it's really fun. It really is. I enjoy it personally. So let's see what we can do here. I'm starting to think that Fancies is the best prank kid. Like, high key, I'm starting to think that. Like, nothing's better than Fancies. Like, the draw power off Roxy's is cute. Lampsey's, Roxy's, you know, like, I mean, Lampsey's drops is like burn, gaining life points is great. But I think that Fancies probably has the most relevant effect. I think Fancies is probably the best prank kid. I don't think I need a power shuffle that much because I'm probably just gonna draw a bunch of prank kids and like a, yeah, exactly. Like literally exactly what I was gonna say is exactly what happened. A bunch of prank kids and a poly. So it's already game basically. Like that's how consistent this deck is. So I'm gonna activate this because they're gonna ash it, and now you've just got them to waste an ash, and it's just like if you have poly and pranks, it gets to a point where literally like there is nothing that an ash can do. Like if you open this for turn, right, and you activate this and you chain block these correctly, and your opponent ashes one of the two prank kids, they just wasted an ash, and you're still gonna do the full combo anyways. So we're gonna activate the place so that they can ash it. Then we're just gonna activate poly. We're gonna send these two away. We're gonna summon out Weather Washer. I like to just burn Weather Washer. I feel like she's a little bit more expendable because Rocket Ride just comes up a lot more, making plays on your turn. So we'll do Chainlink 1 Roxy's, Chainlink 2 Lampsey's. So Chainlink 2 is gonna go ahead and summon here. Burn our opponent, and then we're gonna banish this Pranks. We're gonna draw one, then we're gonna summon that Fancies. The one that we draw doesn't matter because it's a test hand, so it's kind of just gonna. Ooh, it's an instant fusion though. Okay, maybe a high key does. Oh, I'm tripping! Why'd I summon Weather Washer? You know why I summoned him, right? And why I said that? I hope you do. Because I was thinking about instant fusion the whole time. Literally, I was thinking about instant fusion. Because whenever I do instant fusion, I always summon this guy. Just to link him off. But we summon. So these get summoned off those. That happened. Then we activate. Oh yeah, these have to be summoned in the outer zones, 1 and 5. We activate Rocket. Tribute him. No, these were summoned in the correct zones in the first place. Bring these bad boys back. Then we link these off. Then we start gaining a ton of advantage. Do. Chainlink 1 do. In fact, always put it as the highest. Put it that way. Because Valor and Impermanence will never be able to be chain blocked. So we'll just do it like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dump a copy of Frank's. And I'm going to add a copy of Pandemonium. And then I'm going to summon a copy of Roxy's. Dropsies. Then I'm going to summon a copy of Roxy's off of the Fansies. I mean, Dropsies off of the Fansies, and then Roxy's off of the Dropsies. That's what I'll do. And then we've resolved all their effects. And then that searched that. He dumped that. We got the life points gained and all that good stuff. We converted these two. Yeah, we fused these two off. We summoned these two. Yeah, so we summoned these two. We link these two off. Yeah, we summon these two, we tag him out, we bring him back from the graveyard. Then we link those two off. Go into that. Effect of that. Oh, I get it. If you want to make the toad, I always forget about that. If you want to make the toad, you have to start by fusing off with the dropsies. So let's just pretend like place didn't get ashed, right? And that you actually got to search out the dropsies. So then one of the first two prank kid monsters that you fuse off with, instead of it being the Lampsies, it would just be Dropsies, Roxies. So that way now you have a Dropsies and a Roxies chilling here as the first two prank kid monsters you fused off with in the poly, which means that the Lampsies is the card that got banished. No, the Lampsies is actually in your hand because that resolved. So yeah, like there we go. Now it's making sense why that wasn't working. So a Dropsies gets summoned on Fansies, and then off of Dropsy's actual effect. So then we haven't resolved Lampsies. That's what hasn't resolved in this combo sequence. No, it would have resolved because then these two would have been summoned off of those two. So it'll resolve that way. So that way we can actually do this. Since we've resolved every prank kid effect. And so that means this was still drawn off of the Roxy. This was searched off Doodle. This was what the heck? Oh yeah, that was banished off of Roxy's. This was searched off of the place. These are about to get overlaid into a totally awesome. Not a dweller. A totally awesome. That's a proxy for totally awesome, by the way. I don't have them right now. And then we're going to go ahead and activate our doodle. Grab these two. Activate our pranks. Set our pandemonium. Oh yeah, we'll just grab, since we already have Lampsies, we'll just grab Fansies. And then Pranks during the end phase is going to put these three back. Go ahead and get us a draw. And so what I like to do to play around Called by the Grave and also get a little bit more longevity out of Totally Awesome is when I summon the Totally Awesome, I summon out a Dropsies to interact with, to sack that off from my field for the negation so that Toad can stay up. And that way I play around Called by the Grave as well. And when I finally get rid of the Toad, I'll just use his effect on himself. So I can have a consistent Toad to go into. So this is, like I said, if you want to talk in summon language, this is my Sunlight Wolf. I'm summoning it every turn, every combo. Every single time I'm making a play with Prank Kids on my turn, I'm summoning a Totally Awesome somewhere in the line of it. Because I always want to end my fields with one. So you'd make a Toad, you use the negation, you'd, you know. Oh yeah, you draw off of your pranks. You would draw a Pandemonium, keep it in your hand. Your Toad would negate a card, you would activate Pandemonium. Depending on the situation, you'd probably want to go into, like, you know, it just depends. Like, if you needed a Battle Butler, then you would just tribute the Toad himself, so that way you could use his effect to target one of the Dropsies to add from grave to hand. But you can see, like, the board established, it doesn't seem like that much, but it actually gets crazier after turn 1. It gets really bananas. Then you just everything just kind of starts to snowball off control. But you guys get the gist of it. Thank you so much for watching my Prank Kids deck profile, you guys. God bless you. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Stay tuned for future content. You folks have a beautiful day. And, oh, wait. What's it looking like? Oh. It could have been worse. Honestly, it could have been worse. No, it's okay. But yeah, thank you guys again so much. And yeah, you guys stay positive, alright? Peace out.